So, for my civic engagement project, I chose to volunteer at a gardening site in Homestead for the Art of Cultural Evolution organization, which took place on October 24th on a Saturday morning. It was a nice and sunny day, and while driving there, it brought me back memories of when I used to gig with my old band at Schnebly Winery, which is in the same area. And I think the view is incredible. When the sun is out, you see all the land, all the green, and I find it to be very relaxing. So, arriving there, I noticed that the site was in between a group of houses, which seemed to be like a little complex out in the open. And as soon as I walked in, I noticed a little white house in the middle, surrounded by a great deal of land. And it was filled with gardens, some chickens and cats like roaming around. And I realized it's pretty much like a farm. So Professor Salinas and he gathered the volunteers and I and introduced us to the couple of the owners of the site, who were Fernando and Blair, and they explained how long they've been doing this for and their other projects, and pretty much the whole cause of this is to help sustain to have a sustainable future with our environment and help educate other people about the environment as well. So they had us choose whether we wanted to pull weeds, mulch, or help clean a big pile of dirt that they had there. And honestly, I chose to help clean the dirt pile because I find that anything with gardening, like, you really have to know what you're doing, and if you have to be extra careful with not harming any of the gardens. So I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to worry about that. So I just chose to help clean the dirt pile. So Fernando led me and some other volunteers, and we just helped shovel all the dirt out, helped pick out cinder blocks and rocks, and just toss them at the dumpster. And actually, that pile was it was tore down from a house they had there, and now Fernando was going to rebuild a new one. Um, so about an hour later, I just decided to switch my job that I was doing, and I wanted to try to go to help pluck some weeds out of garden. And after Blair explained to me what to do, I couldn't do it because I was just confused with the weeds and the different plants, and I felt like I was like harming the garden. So I just went back to the dirt pile, and that didn't take too long. So after a while, we took a water and snack break, and the couple gave us a tour in their bus, which is pretty much like their house on wheels. Like, it's livable, and inside they had a kitchen, they had some tables, they had food, clothes, and a bunk bed in there, and I found it all very impressive. Like, they've traveled across the country in that, doing other projects, and all they had to do was just drive and just sleep in the bus, and I found it to be amazing that they actually built that. So towards the end, the volunteers, we all gathered around and shared like what we learned, and the couple and Professor Salinas expressed like how important our environment is, and like, how much we're losing in touch with nature. Like, we're being absorbed by a lot of technology nowadays that's like drifting us away from all the nature around us, especially here in Miami. So, like, what I learned from this experience is that I learned that I've spent way more time on technology and not enough time outside, like what I should be doing, what everyone should be doing, and it's encouraged me to volunteer more at different gardening sites, and just to be outside more. Um, and I encourage everyone to go volunteer at ACE or at any other gardening locations, and just to be outside and learn more about our environment, because it's really important. And especially I encourage the next generation that's to come, because the next generation is going to be absorbed by technology, and we don't want the next generation to forget about what our planet has to offer. Thank you for your time, and here are some clips from the project.
Hungry, you're thirsty, and you think you're hungry?
Water is amazing. If you drink a lot of water, that really regulates your body.